In a previous video, we created lots of tags, or another name for layers. And today I'm going to carry on from that, but creating what's called a scene, or in other words, to create the drawings that we want to output. So looking at our little cabin that was made using the cross-laminated timber, if I navigate to an area I think a good output for a three-dimensional view or an ISO drawing with my camera on perspective mode, I'll go down to scenes. Now scenes is not open in your tray. What you can do is you can go window, either your default tray or your tray, and make sure that scenes is selected. As of yet, I have no scenes selected. So what I'll do is I'll press add a new scene, and then I want to give this a name. So I'll call that ISO 01, or to call it 1. And I want to have minimum 2 ISOs created. And there's another view. Just have to pick just minimum 2 ISOs. That will do me. There we are, that will do me. And we'll name this one as well. ISO 2. Now, I'm going to want to create a plan, or a roof plan first of all, but I want the camera to be on parallel projection for all of these now. Press plan again. This will be the roof plan. So we'll go to scene and go roof plan. Now I want an actual plan. So I'll use this section plane. And you've never used a section plane before. If you go to View, Tools, and it should be under Section. Close the toolbar, pop it up there, and I'll press the section plane creation tool, and I'll snap it onto the floor. I'll have to give this a name, so I'll give that plan, and then with that I'll select it, and I'll move it up until I've got the windows and doors showing. I'll do it to about there. And then and hide the actual plane. And going from top, zoom in, make my plan as big as I can on the page. Press the top view one more time, so all aligns nicely. And we'll call this add a new scene, and we'll call it floor plan. Floor plan. Now, if I come out of the section, I'm now going to want 4 elevations. So if I press the elevation tool in the front, make sure that the camera is still on parallel projection, what it is. Make it nice and big. Front, and we'll go scene. Press create new scene, and we'll call this front elevation. And then we can do back elevation. And then we'll do side elevation. or actually called end elevation, actually. End elevation. And then we'll do the opposite one. And I'll give that a name as well. Cool. We've now created an ISO 1 and 2. You can see I can select these scenes at the top here that we've just made. You can see the roof plan. You can see the floor plan of the building, front elevation, back elevation, end elevation, and the other end elevation. Now, I'm going to want to select 3 panels, minimum 3 panels, and have those panels to do panel drawings for. And we'll do all of our panels from the external. I'm going to select all the ones with openings on them, 1, 2, and 3. We'll do them in turn. And what number is that panel? We'll have a look. This is wall panel number 6, wall panel number 5, and wall panel number 3. So, 3, 5, and 6. Close that just now. What I can do is I can hide everything on my tags, all my other layers, turn them all off, apart from the 3 that I want to do individual drawings of. Right, if I do front elevation, and I only want, for this one, is to have panel number 3 visible. I'll make the panel as big as I can, and I'm viewing it from the outside of the building, and I shall press new scene or add scene. Now, I'm going to want to name that new scene. I'm going to suggest we name it the name of the actual panel itself. We can select that. Remember from before, we've given the panel name to the tag, or another name for the layer, and we'll do the same thing for the scene. We'll select that, copy, enter, and in that scene, paste, enter. And then now we go to number 5, do a similar thing. We'll create new scene. Name it number 5, enter, and I believe the last one is number 6. And this time, wrong side, there we are. Viewing it from the outside, make it nice and big. Add a new scene. Make sure it's got the correct name, number 6. And just to clarify, we can finish off by looking at the ISO 1, ISO 2, the roof plan, floor plan, front elevation, back elevation, end elevation number 1, end elevation number 2, wall panel number 3, from the external, wall panel number 5, from the external, and wall panel number 6 from the external have all been created within our SketchUp model. Go to File and Save. So in the next video, we'll then show you how to put those scenes onto an A4 or A3 piece of paper. Thank you very much.